Hello everyone. I believe we are basically live now. Yes, glorious. All right. So had some, as always, technical issues, but this time around it was not as bad as expected. So we're getting better, quicker, we're getting better, quicker and quicker at setting up streams. Yes. Wonderful. All right. A few minor things. Okay, great. Yes, stream is working. Perfect. Gotta notify the Discord. Okay. Well, that's, yeah, okay, I think we're good to go at this point. Am I? Okay, yes, excuse me. Yes, okay, perfect. All right, we're gonna continue the game. So I would like to say right away, since the last time we finished, since the last time we played, I have not played again, although I had intended to beat the area I was stuck in, which means I got to do it again. But this time I am not blighted, so I think I'm fine. Also, checking the chat, Nitroman already going off. Man, so glad to have you here. I'm glad you were not entrapped by work, like you said on the Discord. Hey there, he is. Also, surprise special guest appearance of Nitro. What? Oh yes, yes, right. Great stuff. Okay, so continuing to read the messages here. To know if you saw my thing. Yeah, I did. That was. I'm so glad you made it. Really glad to have you. It's going to be a nice evening. I'll probably play for maybe 3 hours, and then we're probably going to call it quits. And oh my gosh, already 8 people. Already 8 people watching. Very cool. We are going right back where we were, but this time around, I think we're gonna do much better. And let's actually make sure how many healing items do I have? Not a whole lot. We're gonna have to get some in just a second then. Also, Michael is here. Yo, Michael. Hello, friend. Very happy to have you here. It's gonna be interesting. I have a feeling we're gonna do much better this time around. It would be comedic if I didn't. So let's just hope for the best. I think the wizard will learn from his mistakes, or so he tells himself. So it'll be great. Okay, continuing to read Nitroman's messages. And as such, I'll be here for the whole thing. Glorious, man. That's so good. I'm very happy to have you here. We can't see, by the way. Oh gosh. Okay. Thank you for telling me. That's a classic error on my end. At this point, it's happened more than once, which is my fault. Okay, here we go. Should be good. All right, I'm buying some healing items. Thank you for letting me know about the invisibility of my stream. So this is good. Yes, I just spent quite a bit of cash, so we are more than prepared to tackle this evil area once again. And actually, let's see, human effigy. You know what? I don't need it. I don't need the human effigy, but this time around, I want to start a stream with a fresh health bar, you know? Just kind of setting us up for a good time. So we're going to go ahead and use the effigy right away. Oh, yo, Wi-Fi, my friend, hello. I'm early. Yeah, you are. Dude, this is incredible. The stream is only 13 minutes or about 10 minutes delayed, which so far is the record. I think the longest it's been was about 3 hours, maybe 2 at best. That was crazy, but yeah. Also, if you guys hear any echoing on my end, or perhaps from the audio of the game, please let me know. I will try to fix that. I'm playing without headphones, so as a result, you might hear some of my game audio in my microphone. But anyway, yeah, no, lots of people joining. Hello, Abigail. What scholarship will you enlighten us with today? Thank you for asking. I'll answer in just a second. Nutrifans continue to go off. No echoing, at least for now. It sounds great. Awesome, man. I feel like your messages are very, nicely consistent in terms of, appearing in the chat, very little interruption with those, so it's always nice to see. Also, what do we have here? Touch summon. That's cool. We will not be doing that just yet. I don't think we'll be doing that. We'll see. maybe it's one of you guys. Who knows? I am going the right way. Yes. So in terms of scholarship today, we're gonna have to see. I have a few things I've been reading up on. Actually, I finished The Art of Failure by Jasper Jules, and so, I mean, that was kind of as a celebration of last stream, and I think it actually made me process in-game deaths and failure a bit more, or just failure in general. So I might end up talking a bit about failure, but at the same time, I don't really want to set us up for failure in the stream, so we will probably not talk too much about that one. So yeah, we'll have to see. Also, there used to be a guy over here. Does he just not spawn in because of the torch? I mean, the dog is certainly there. In fact, let me just... There we go. I like that I can just one-shot them now. That's a very comforting notion. I'm very quick. This user is Yapper. Yeah, glorious. So, as always, it takes a little bit of time to like properly get into the mood of the stream in terms of talking and all that. So, yeah, just getting into the flow of things. Right now, just methodically going through the area, taking people out one by one. And actually, before I get too deep in anything, I kind of forgot to equip my healing items, which I might as well do now. Life gems. Great. Yes, Abigail says, failure and Dark Souls certainly go hand in hand. For sure, yeah, that's definitely been my reasoning with that. I feel like I learned a reasonable amount about failure and kind of made me sort of reframe how I've been handling my defeats at the end of the last stream. But I might go into that when it becomes necessary, when we actually do fail, which hopefully won't be that often this stream. Introvent says, enemies stop spawning after being killed 12 times. No, really? Really? That's interesting. What's up with that game mechanic? What? I mean, that's fascinating. Actually, I don't know what are the implications for the lore with that. Is it that they are in fact not truly undead, or they're not truly hollow? That's cool. I'm gonna have to process that. I really don't know how to read that. Let's keep a pen on that. So, Wi-Fi says if you kill an enemy enough times, yeah, they stop respawning. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's kind of crazy to me. That doesn't sound like Dark Souls, or at the very least, not Dark Souls that I know. Or maybe I didn't kill the enemies enough times in other games to know this. Also, Nitrovent says this can be disabled by joining the difficulty covenant. Ha. Well. Personally, I think we're okay for now. I think we're steadily making progress, and we'll be okay. And I probably should have grabbed the torch guy of some kind, but I didn't. Okay, we're gonna just slowly take people out methodically. All right, one. Great. I'm really excited to find new kinds of spells in this game. I've already said this before, but for anyone new joining the stream, the goal is to find cool new spells, to get a cool wizard hat, and in time find an authentic death that is not just going hollow. So, yeah. Yes, okay, perfect. I feel like we are doing okay for now. I just gotta like not walk off by accident. Excuse me. Man, I don't like the mail breaker. I think I don't really do well with rapiers. Not really my style, admittedly. I used to be more of a greatsword kind of guy, but now I guess that's behind me. Now I have the staff. And the staff is cool. I like the distance capabilities. Okay, check in the chat. Goodness. All right. Naturevent says, the Company of Champions turns off enemy respawning, increases enemy health and damage by 50%, and increases souls gained by 50. Okay. Wow. So that's the benefit, is that you gain more souls. So Naturevent, if you weren't there for the beginning, but I think I did join that covenant, and thanks to Wi-Fi, I was told what that does, and I was really struggling. Like that was not a fun time. I felt like I was handicapped. And it turned out that I, in fact, was handicapped, so I didn't feel as bad afterwards. But I'm pretty happy I'm not in that right now, because that would... I don't know, I think this is going to be hard enough by itself. So, Yeah. Is this guy ready? Hell yeah. Oh, good comrade. Nitrovan also says, I'm not 100% on the details. Oh, fair enough. Wi-Fi says, this game was very experimental compared to Dark Souls 1 and Demon Souls. It has a lot of unique mechanics, not in any of the other games. Yeah, like the what's it called? The torch being timed is definitely a different thing that I'm not really used to myself. Wi-Fi says that, continues to say that that's one of the main reasons people don't like it that much, but I love it for that. Well, man, I'm excited to see all the different game mechanics. I'm already kind of honestly impressed by just putting this little follower NPC into, just to light bonfire, to light the tiki torches. So that's not something I've seen in any of the other Souls games. So it's pretty cool. I'm excited to explore more. Nitrovan says, unfortunately, I do not know everything about this game. Man, I had such high hopes for you, Nitrovan, but alright. No worries. Okay. We're just gonna, just slowly, methodically get through this once again. I really don't think I enjoy the mail breaker. I'm gonna have to figure something else out. I think after this area, we're gonna have to try a different approach. No, friend, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. It was the rapier. You see, it is an extension of my body that is by its nature like made for violence and nothing good. I mean, I guess like, what good can you do with a weapon except kill? So I'm sorry for hurting you. Anyway, that was not necessarily political commentary just there, although you can read it maybe that way, but I don't want to get too political with these streams, or I think that'd be good to distance from that for now. Oh gosh, okay. We are making it. I am not doing too well right now. I think I got kind of thrown off a little bit just there. I'm gonna check the chat in a second. I see several messages. Ooh. Oof. That's not good. Oh, they have Estus flasks? I've never noticed. That's cool, I guess. Varangians. Varangian helmet? Let's try it on. Let's see. I do like actual Varangians. Oh, I actually already have one. You know what? That ain't it. I don't feel that one. That's kind of cool. Okay, that kind of looks a little strange. We're not going to be keeping that. I like it that it's a hat, but the shape does not feel wizardly. In fact, I really don't enjoy that one. That's all right. Here, we're gonna go back to what we had just now. Checking the chat. What do we have? This game. That's one of the many reasons. Okay, so Nitron says, luckily the torch timer is extremely lenient and it's actually more helpful than you'd think. Cool. I still have 8 minutes, so that's exciting. Nitron also says it has several unique interactions. Yeah, I feel like I would not have figured out the Tiki Torch thing. I mean, maybe if I was like really meticulous, but you guys saying that really did kind of help me. Wi-Fi says, the blacksmith in Majula has a lot of basic weapons for sale. All right, well, I know where we're going after this. For sure, back to him. Also, man, I've been thinking a lot about Gavlan. What a actually awesome character. I don't think I've fully processed his glory in the previous stream, but I've been just, like, the Gavlan wheel, Gavlan deal has been more or less stuck in my head. And it's not an unwelcome... No! What? No! The agony of my friend. That was really uncalled for. I'm really sorry about that. I'm not having a good time locking on for some reason. Okay. Expecting a Varangian to come by any second around the corner. I wish there was a way I could heal him. There probably is. Ow. That hurts too much. Alright. I'll try the Varangian one more time. Okay. Just gonna right in. Alright. Hell yeah. Okay. One shot at a time. Anyone inside? That's not good. I don't know about this. I really don't. Okay, well, what's done is done. No! How? Okay, that's fair. That's completely fair. So maybe we can talk a little bit about failure. Okay. Also, just a second. Okay, great. So, let me check the chat here for a moment. That's one of the main reasons. Unfortunately, luckily, it saved unique to... Okay. Okay, Gavlin, wheel, Gavlin, deal. Truly, truly. Honestly, this is a... Yeah, you know what? It's comforting to know we're probably going to encounter him again. I expect that Gavlin will end up being some deep, tragic character of the Dark Souls 2 game, and it'll be like a typical Dark Souls moment where the character like has to die or goes purposeless if you don't let them. Anyway, hopefully not though. That would be cool if he sticked around. Okay, so we just lost a lot of progress there for a second, but we're getting back into it. We're getting back into it. I think I'm slowly getting a general sense of how to operate in that one area where we died. I don't think I really processed how to go about it before, but now it's making more sense. Okay, so failure. What about failure? What do we talk about failure? I guess sometimes just one forgets that we kind of begin to fail so that we can maybe, or we stop trying hard enough so we can avoid like that emotional responsibility of actually being the ones to fail rather than like not trying. And I feel like maybe last time when we were playing, I feel like a lot of my impulse was to perhaps blame my sickness, or maybe to blame, or to maybe not even try hard enough. I mean, I thought I was trying, but like my performance really dipped, and so it almost makes you wonder like how much the like actually trying to not die in a game or to lose in a game makes it like, you know, all the more painful when you do that. So it's like you just kind of try to protect yourself ahead of time by not letting yourself be too invested. I don't know. And this is, of course, I'm kind of channeling a little bit of the Jasper Jules reading that I did for the stream. Honestly, the book was kind of... I mean, it was cool for what it was. It was like 100 pages about like failure and in video games specifically. I think one thing that I learned about it from it that I don't think I've really considered before was how we measure failure or competency in, I guess, maybe games and life by degrees of, I guess, luck, skill, and just work, where each one kind of serves a different function in terms of how we end up processing victories and defeats from those different kinds of experience. Says anyway, we're gonna talk more about that in a second, but this is really an unfortunate situation that I'm in right now. Wow, that's a lot of dogs. That's really, I don't think there's a way out. All right, this is... Where did the fourth dog come from? I don't know. Okay, you know what? We're committing to the run. I'm drinking my health thing. Okay. Just let there not be a Varangian on the staircase. Okay. There, in fact, was a Varangian on the staircase. Okay, you guys. I didn't mean to do that. I thought I had my mail breaker out. Oh. No, dudes. Let me through. Okay, good. We are immortal. Okay, dude, just let me through. Okay, perfect. Life gem. Man, okay, so I guess there's the cool thing where they don't stop ever following me that I've heard about. No, just open the door like a human. Don't pause. Okay. We are okay. We are okay. We are making it. We are really far actually, and I'm going to go directly right. Is that a shortcut? Could it be a shortcut, you guys? Please be a shortcut. Knock down. Yes, we go. Glorious. 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 Okay. Okay, this stream is going to be a success. This is a successful stream. We are already making huge progress. We're going to probably die here in a second. Unless I go to the bonfire and hold my phalanx. The phalanx of one. Come on. Come get me. Okay. You know, I was thinking about it, and, you know, as a wizard, I think knights are like my, like, antithesis, you know? I think the knight is the antithesis of the wizard, where one is state-sponsored and, you know, is meant to be a symbol of, like, a physical might over the world. The wizard is kind of the polar opposite of that. Not necessarily, one can be evil and good at the same time, you know, but, like, in terms of, like, conceptual opposites, I think, like, the wizard is the opposite of the knight, and I'm going to talk more about that later. But now I'm going to check the chat, because it's been a minute. So, let's see. What do we have? Okay, Gavin, okay. Nitroman says, DS2 dogs are so bad, Lamo. They're pretty terrible. I've had the experience so far. Notably, I should say, my experience with Dark Souls 3 dogs has been by far the most brutal. I don't know why those things are just on a different level from any other dog in any of the games. Like, their hitboxes feel crazier, they feel faster, just, anyway, yeah, those dogs are scary. Yes, Michael, shortcut. It is wonderful, wonderful news. I'm so kind of actually feeling quite empowered by that. That was a good run. And I don't feel bad for running around all those enemies because, I mean, I already beat them all at some point, so feeling good. Let's see what we have here. Oh man, he was worried about me. What a cool guy. Love Lenigrast, excuse me. Nitrans has Phalanx Demon Souls reference. Oh my god. yeah. My first thought was like the Phalanx in Dark Souls 1 in terms of the Souls Phalanx references. I don't ever actually played Demon Souls. I don't know how I'd be able to do that, admittedly. Just for hardware issues, I mean. Wi-Fi says, maybe go back to Majula and now grab a weapon. Already on it, man. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that the guy sells them. I think this is a good time to do that. Realizing that I may, in fact, not have enough strength to wield a longsword. This is of great concern. Okay, I'm gonna figure that out. Yeah, maybe try longsword. Yeah. Let's aim for the longsword. That's gonna be our goal. Thank you, Michael. Also, my Nitroman says Elden Ring has the first good dog enemy, Lamo. Oh, IMO, in his opinion. So we're gonna have to see. We're at some point going to definitely play Elden Ring together. I am quite excited for that. That's going to be a long journey, I'm sure. Oh, I like that she just sits around now. That's cool. I was always kind of slightly thrown off by her just standing and eternally watching the sea. I meant to buy something. I didn't mean to go to a bonfire. Also, Nutrivan says DS1 and 2 are poorly designed. DS3 dogs teleport for some reason. Oh, yeah. I kind of get that. Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't have put it that way, but teleporting actually is that. Yeah, that's it. Also, I finally remembered what I was doing. I was actually going to level up. So, okay, perfect. Let's get some strength. Okay. Ooh, that's not good. That's suboptimal. Okay, we are gonna have to get more levels. I'll probably be able to use like maybe one soul of some kind here. Also, you know what? We never read the Pursuer soul, I'm realizing now. So let's see that. Soul of the Pursuer who lurks in Drang the Pursuer who seeks the bearer for the signs of sign. Our bearer of the sign will not rest until his target is slain. Okay, that's well, it's good to know what's going to happen to us for the rest of this game. I sure wonder why he's exclusively targeting us, though. It seems a little strange. Burn the bonfire to upgrade Estus Flask. You know, we can do that! Let's get it, dude. Alright, we have more Estus Flasks now. Well, things are looking up for us. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. Alright. So, Nitrovan says, no, I mean literally there's a bug that makes them teleport if you're not looking at them. Oh, that's wild. I didn't even know that. I thought you were talking about like the jitteriness of their movements. I mean, that's insane. Okay, Wi-Fi says, I think you may be able to use Falcon. You have some decks. Falcon. I don't know if I have that. What is that? I admittedly don't know if I want to go Dex with this guy. I like the idea of uniting strength and intelligence in this wizard to kind of go against the stereotypes around wizards as like say cowardly individuals. So we might try that. But let's see. What is this? That's just a rapier. Okay. Oh, Falcon? No, that actually requires even more levels. Or actually about the same amount of levels, so okay, unfortunate. We'll get there soon. I think what I'll do instead then is I'm going to buy more life gems with the rest of this the rest of these souls, and then I'm going to hopefully have a boss fight soon in which I'm going to get more souls enough for me to upgrade, and that'll be cool. Also, to anyone joining, we are slowly conquering the wharf in Dark Souls 2. Slowly but steadily. Last time we got stuck, but I have a feeling we're gonna make it pretty far today. Going to stream for maybe 2.5 hours more, and yeah, it's gonna be a good time. And then, how are you guys doing today? Anything happening interesting like on your ends? Recently, Nitrovan shared that his day was very good, so that's I'd love to hear about that. Alternatively, we can ask more game-related questions. I'm curious if you guys have a favorite weapon in Dark Souls 2. I mean, the longswords are just awesome in all Souls games, but I'm sure there's something conceptually cooler than just the longsword. So I'd love to hear. You know, whoever's joining, please do share. Also, Wi-Fi, I got my car stuff figured out on my end. It was kind of crazy. Thanks to my good friend Damien here, who's probably in the chat. Say hi, Damien, if you are. Would be epic. We replaced a rack and pinion and a pressure line hose, which was took like honestly more than like 15 hours, I think, total. So we finally are free. Also, you guys, I think I'm looking at a wizard right now. A fellow mage. Alright, well, share your secrets.
I sense power.
Real.
Very well. From this day, you shall be my new pupil.
I like that.
I am Carillion of the Fold. Surely you've heard the name.
Carillion of the
Do
Fold.
not be afraid. Let us explore the limits of sorcery.
Oh man, I love that. All right, already. I like this guy's spirit, just like looking at me and I guess accepting me as a pupil immediately. What a power fantasy! This is the most power fantasy element of Dark Souls so far. Okay, I'm gonna check the chat before I check what he's selling. Perhaps I should have waited. Actually, we'll see before buying those life gems. But yeah, checking the chat. Wi-Fi says. Okay, yeah, Wi-Fi says there is an Estus shard you missed in Majula. Really? Okay, I think, is that the thing you were talking about earlier that I missed? I will search for that again. I don't know where that would be. Like, it doesn't immediately like stand out to me in terms of areas that I've missed previously. So we'll have to think about it. Nutriment says I am playing Sekiro at the moment, so it's fun. Oh, like at the moment as I'm streaming? That's awesome, man. Oh hell yeah. If you guys are also doing some similar stuff, please share. I'm curious what everyone's playing right now. Actually, Sekiro is kind of scary. I got stuck in it for a while there, and that was
Souls lie dormant
intense.
in this land. It is a fitting place to hone my sorceries. I suspect that I may even conjure up new spells here. Sorcery is yet a mystery even to me. Let us mature together, young pupil.
I love his positive mindset. This is I really like Carillion of the Fold. You know, I am myself am Karelian in origin, so this is I relate to this man. Anyway, continuing to read. What do we have? I'm playing sec. I'm a little. Nutriment says I'm a little slow to type, though at times. Man, I feel like you're totally on point with your comments, so no worries at all. Wifat says the Lois Greatsword is my favorite weapon in the From Software games. The Lois Greatsword. I don't remember that one. I'm gonna have to actually. You know what? I have a moment to just look it up. So Lois Greatsword. Lois Greatsword. I mean, it looks pretty cool. It looks like a great sword. I'm assuming it's like has a nice move set, and I mean, looks badass. Hell yeah. I feel you. I'm gonna try to think of mine. Actually, I don't have an immediate answer, even though I asked you guys. So yeah. Wifat says no. That was something else, less important. Oh, about the item I was talking about. Okay. Well, I'll have to explore Majula a bunch. I really don't think I have a grasp of that area at all just yet. Nichivan says the Majula Esta shard is a bit hidden, but you'll find, I'm sure. Okay, thank you guys. Also, just so you know, the game audio or maybe just the voices are extremely quiet. That's interesting. I don't know what that would be about. Thank you for telling me. I just raised the audio. You might be able to see that on the screen as I'm changing it. So maybe you'll be able to hear it better. Let me know, please. So also, that's an unpopular opinion. Most people hate Carillion. Really? Oh, that's concerning. I wonder what he's gonna do. All right, Nietzscheman says mostly because he's kind of a prick. Just a wizard. I don't know. We'll get to know him. I'll make the judgment later. Whoever's joining the chat, we just found Carillion of the Fold and are about to enter that giant ship over there. Exciting times. Lots of wizarding. Wifehat says it's a very late game weapon. Okay, I'm assuming it's Dark Souls 2. Well, we'll see. Is there like a cool gimmick with it, or is it literally just like reliable sword? Also, pyromancy. I don't want to reinforce pyromancy. I know fireballs are cool, but that's not what I'm going for. And that's a lot of cool spells. Wow. I mean, that sure looks like we are able to equip some sorceries. Okay. Like, we're actually leveled up enough. This is really exciting, you guys. Okay, well, tell you what. After we get this boss fight, let's treat ourselves to a little spell. Hopefully this guy doesn't go anywhere. Soul Spear Barrage, Magic Weapon, Yearn, what's that? Creates a warm soul-like orb that serves as a decoy and lures foes toward itself. People regret loss and yearn for what they do not have. Perhaps the name of this sorcery harkens to this irony. Interesting. Okay. We'll have to see. Shockwave. Oh, love Shockwave, man. Trapping people with, baiting people with shockwaves was awesome back in the day, like in Dark Souls 3. I really enjoyed that. Heavy Soul Arrow, Great Soul Arrow. I'm realizing now I have different kinds of arrows here. Is there a soul dart? Is a soul dart a thing in Dark Souls 2?
One day my teachings will save you.
I trust in you, man. Okay. You know, that's another thing the wizard is looking for in this playthrough, in this journey through Drangleic, is a friend. I want to make a good friend, and so far I already have some nice candidates. I like Gavlin, and I feel like we could be good friends with this wizard guy, so we'll just have to see. Also checking the note, what everyone's sending. Wi-Fi says that the sword has a great moveset. Oh yeah, okay, unique moveset. Excited to see. It's a very late game weapon. Nitrovan says my favorite Souls weapon is the Great Mace from Elden. I've not seen that one either. I feel like I can imagine what a Great Mace might look like. I remember you were saying you were doing a strength playthrough, or at least like that's your favorite kind of build. So I feel like that tracks. Wow, 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 wow! Stay back from me. I've noticed so far that my switching between weapons has been kind of rough. Oh wow! Okay, I'm gonna keep saying wow, as though I didn't expect to die there. All right, that's okay. I think we are fine. That was okay. All right, more people are joining. Hello, guys. We are about to go raid a ship. Very, very epical. I'm kind of actually very excited to leave this wharf. The wharf is getting a little old. I love the nautical aesthetic, but I'm more into the kind of gray shore vibe, you know? Like, yeah, like what we have with the fishing hamlet in Bloodborne. That's perfect. Like Shadow over Innsmouth, Lovecraft's Shadow over Innsmouth. That's a great vibe. I really enjoy that kind of nautical feel. This nautical feel, it's all right. I think not my favorite, but I still enjoy it. Definitely, in my mind, could be cooler. I'm currently reading a book called The Fisherman. It's very much channels that energy. Just about two widowers going out to a fishing trip, only for some weird Lovecraftian things to begin happening. No more spoilers other than that. So far, I don't know if I would necessarily recommend the audiobook version, but the plot's pretty cool. Very vivid writing. Although kind of cliche at the same time, at least in terms of weird tales. So you make your call there. Not my favorite one. Just read Shadow over Innsmouth if you want that. Okay. Reading the comments again. Mostly because favorite Souls game. It's cool. Oh gosh. Oh wow. What are you doing here? Wow, that was cool. I've seen this happen before. In fact, I saw this in a dream. This exact thing happened, where I got swarmed by those three guys. But last time, in my dream, I was in a ship. Yeah. Some may say I actually lived through those events, but I don't know. Reality begins to blur when you die too many times, and I can't really tell for sure if that was indeed me, or just my consciousness wandering at night. Alright. Die. Alright. Those souls are quite intense in their sound. I keep thinking that something is coming towards me, and then just some souls enter my body. Okay. Continuing to read the comments. This time, hopefully, I won't die. Wi-Fi says no soul darts, unfortunately. Oh, that is indeed unfortunate. I feel like I keep on like almost killing enemies with like a single blow, and then I have to end up shooting them. Sorry, not shooting them, but stabbing them, which I guess is kind of metal, but not what I was going for. Nutrivent says, what does Nutrivent say? I like it so much that I designed my Sona to have similar weapon based on it. Oh, neat. I believe Urn is nerfed version of Oral Decoy from DS1. I've never really been a wizard in DS1, so I can't say for sure that I know what it is you're referring to. But I feel like I can guess. That's interesting. I appreciate the insight. It's that doesn't really feel like a spoiler, but that does feel also like just nice trivia knowledge about the game, which is cool to have. So nice to see that all these games somehow connect to one another. So I'm probably going to get swarmed by 3 guys at this point, right? That's the plan. Alright. Alright, we're just gonna have to lock in. Also, I suspect there's probably going to be a little less people today just because it's middle of the week, so I'm not expecting 60 people like we got this Sunday. But that was pretty crazy. I really appreciate you all hanging out and chatting, and that was just great. Gosh, I just want to get those guys ahead of... Oh, there you are. Sick. That was pretty bad aiming. Oh, can I parry him? Oh, I can parry him. Well, that was cool. Okay, I guess the wizard can parry. This is canon now. I don't know why it just never even like occurred to me that like, wait a second, I could use my little shield to parry. This is an exciting time. Where are they? I have no clue. They also got to be hanging up somewhere. Whatever. We are just gonna move on and watch our backs. I am deeply suspicious of this pathway. Also, how is the volume? Oh, okay. Oh, there you are. That's not too bad. There's one more, though. Or maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. Nutriment says, parrying is really hard in this game. Good job. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'm excited to learn it effectively. Okay, we'll see. Is there no one left? It's like something feels wrong, because I remember there were clearly 3 following me, but maybe I killed the other one going here. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. Like, you see that? Like, a soul dart would be, like, wonderful for this. Okay, you know what? Parrying, we're gonna start doing that more. I like this. Much better than just shielding. What is that? Oh, I remember that. Okay. Those are pretty cool. May I ask, does anyone know what these are called? I don't know where I would find the name for these. Also, probably could have saved a great arrow just there. That's alright. Okay, this is the furthest we've gone thus far, at least without a horde of enemies at our back, so I'd call that progress, for sure. You guys ready for a boss fight? I strongly expect a boss fight. Volume is good? Alright, thank you for letting me know, man. Wi-Fi says the parries in this game are very visceral. I feel like the animation so far have been pretty sick, so if that's what you mean, I feel like I totally agree. Okay, you guys, so we are going to first try this boss. The wizard is actually quite exhausted of the wharf. The wharf is like what an unpleasant location, just wet all the time, swarmed by enemies in darkness, the smell of rotten fish everywhere. Now it's time to finally get out of here and end our reason for the stay in this location. Let's do it. That's a pretty tiny boss fight. Okay, oh wow, that's cool. I mean, I like that. I really like just long, lanky enemies, like tall enemies with very long limbs. I find like to be just super cool. I think we have a few of those especially in Dark Souls 3. You know, like the Dancer of the Boreal Valley, like that kind of thing. They're just such cool proportions. I don't know, just look badass. Alright, just keeping my distance, you know? Man, how do you even see me? Oh, I guess he has holes in the helmet. Alright, we are powerful so far. Here. Oh, no more great soul arrows. That sucks. Alright. The desire to try and parry him is immense, but I don't think anything good will come of that. Ooh, that was me getting greedy just there. Fighting an enemy like this is new to the wizard. I don't think he's ever encountered anything like this. Oh man, he's got fish scales? This is like full-on deep one here. Actually, okay, well, what's his name? Flexile Sentry. That's kind of sick. Ooh, that's not good. That's really. Oh, we're fine. Okay. So that was totally my fault. I didn't really. I didn't know this guy knew Spinjitzu. I should have seen that coming. He seemed like the kind of guy who would suddenly start spinning, because you know that's a classic moveset that one would expect from an enemy. That's all right. That's all right. That was one lives and learns. Now the question is if I'm gonna run all the way back, or if I'm going to in fact methodically kill everyone again. First try. Basically first try, you know, that was like a 0.1 try, you know, so we're actually still on the first attempt, in a way, kind of. I say that jokingly, of course, for anyone new here. I don't... Never mind that. Okay, so I'm reading the chat at this point. Wi-Fi says the parries in this game, okay, right? Volume is good. Naturevent says fun boss. Yes, I mean, honestly, really cool. I love the, like the sword design and the... Again, fighting like a fishman is always a delightful thing. Encountering any in any game is fun. Wi-Fi says the Miami guys are called Gowlers. Gowlers. No clue what that might mean. Thank you for telling me. Okay, I'll now have to refer to them. Appreciate that. The bosses are lizards. The bosses are lizards. Oh, lizards. Oh, not fishmen. They're just suffering. I wish I had like a crestfallen emote, but not yet. One day, though. We'll find one. Nutrivent says, there's a small gimmick for this fight, but it doesn't do much. I will look out for gimmicks then. I wonder if it's the pole in the middle of the arena breaking or something, because it feels like they'd be able to chip away at it. Figure it out yourself, or should I say it? Pronounced Jaller. Jaller, okay. I appreciate that. Gowl is the jail. Gowl is the old way to spell jail. Ow. Oh, I see. So, like, my mispronunciation was really off there. Thank you guys for correcting me. Jailer? Okay. Jailers. Okay, we're just gonna call them jailers. Yeah, okay. I think I can go with that. Alright. I think I'll kill these two guys, and then I'm gonna just try running for it. Wow. You know, sometimes these games are merciful. I didn't expect to live just there. Everything that happens after this was extra. Checking the chat just now. Gal's in jail. Gal is the old way to spell jail. Yeah, right. Thank you for explaining that. We are... Yeah, oh, hello. There's lots of people joining. To everyone new here, we are going up against the Flexile Sentries in Dark Souls 2. This is my first encounter with these guys. So, yeah, slow progress. Hey, you know what? I can... Yeah, that's right. Sit down. The pairing feels pretty satisfying. I'm enjoying that. That's really nice. We are... I think we're gonna get them pretty quick. And actually, now that I'm saying it, I should probably just go ahead and take care of these guys ahead of time. That was too close for comfort. We are gonna take a life gem, and yeah, just gonna head in. Let's hope we don't get followed by a bunch of guys. Well, actually, I suspect we're probably still gonna have to fight them to some degree. So I see one right there. Come on, come on, come on. Fight me. No, not you! What's doing that? Okay, something isn't right about that. Okay, so pairing doesn't always work. That's fair. Okay, Wi-Fi says, do co-joined twins count as body horror? That's interesting. So body horror is, I don't know, it feels kind of problematic to be like, oh yeah, the conjoined twins, that's body horror. Because that feels like kind of pretty, I don't know, weirdly othering of people with, like, I guess, birth defects. But at the same time, the way, I guess, that kind of thing is portrayed in horror media does often try to make those into monsters. Yeah, because, I mean, yeah, they just straight up do that. Like, yeah, I guess conjoined twins are a real thing, which somehow just gets really portrayed in a lot of our media as, like, monstrous, which, I don't know, seems, I guess, unfortunate, I guess, for actual conjoined people. Man, that must be crazy life, though. Can't even, like, conceptualize what it'd be like to just have somebody there with you your whole life. Anyway. But, yeah, no, I think technically in our media, yes, conjoined twins are body horror, but I don't think we should necessarily say that. I think maybe if it's, like, exaggerated to the point of, like, unbelievability, then yeah, I think we can, like, for sure probably say that. And it's like, I was actually gonna comment on that there seems to be a lot of like, birth defects that are portrayed as like, monstrous in, like, fantasy and stuff. I think of, like, say, for example, the 300. If you guys have seen that film, I've mentioned it, you know, before in the chat, for example. Sorry, what am I saying? I mentioned it in my second stream. That was the 300 stream. It just so happened to be that way. But I ended up mentioning that... sorry, no. I am talking about that because in that film you kind of see several scenes where we see Xerxes, like, men or whatever, and they are just, I mean, very clearly... like, meant to look like monsters, but they're just mostly just birth defects. Like, there's just, I mean, you'll know what I'm talking about if you've seen the film. Excuse me. I am suddenly really focused on this boss fight. Okay, that was really ballsy of me, and it did not pay off. Okay, just maneuvering slowly. I'm sure someone said something in the chat, but I'll answer in just a second. Okay, there we go. Okay, nice. We're doing good. Thanks for asking me about body horror. It's fun to talk about body horror. I do like it quite a bit. So it's always fun to somehow integrate that. It seems like with this game there hasn't been too many instances for me to talk about body horror. Like, for example, there was that one guy in the beginning of the game with, like, really distended... Two guys with, like, really distended bellies and distended jaws that, like, had poison weapons. That was that felt very much like body horror, or at least, like, they were in spirit of body horror. So, but, and I guess you now have these guys as well, which I guess you could kind of consider that to a degree. Anyway, I'm reading the comments now. So here we have Wi-Fi says making them lizards probably makes them feel more like monsters. Yeah, that's another okay. That's another good point. I feel like that does make it more okay, I guess. But even then, it is kind of funny that like, oh yeah, if you give them scales, like oh yeah, then it doesn't it's less problematic. Does that guy have scales? I can't actually tell. I feel like I'm not really getting a very good view of him. Feels like he does. I think he did have scales. I think these are the same kind of people, but maybe I'm wrong. Alright. And notably, we actually just made it back to the boss room. So, anyone joining, we're about to fight the Flexile Sentries. I guess so far, not the most body horror boss, but we were just talking about how, like, yeah, there's some body horror elements in their boss design. Yeah, so let's get in there. Okay, just gonna keep some distance. I have no clue what the gimmick of this fight is. I was told by Nitrovan that there is in fact something in this room, or something about this is gimmicky, which I think I just saw the pole breaking, which makes me think that there is in fact something to do with the pole. And you know what? It's just nice to have a little life gem every now and then, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I really wonder what this would be like as just pure melee. Because you couldn't really walk around them effectively. So each time they hit the pole, it does look like they're doing something to it. So we're gonna try to keep that going. Okay. Honestly, I'm thinking about this. I think this could totally be portrayed as body horror, but this isn't really like actively represented through a horror lens when you think about it, because these aren't meant to be like necessarily horrifying. It's mostly intimidating as opposed to like a point of horror in a traditional sense. But again, that's pretty subjective, so I don't know. We'll see. I'll talk a little more about it in a second. I'm weary of the spin jutsu move. Ooh, that was close. That was close. I like those. Are those maces? What do you even like call that? All right. We are doing just fine. No spin jutsu. All right, that's enough. It's been real. $18,000 souls. Okay, very nice. The Flexile Sentry soul is... yeah, we're going to look at that in just a second. Does it look like there's more water in here? Is that the gimmick? Does it just keep filling up with water? Feels like there's more. Yeah, that definitely doesn't seem sustainable. Like, what happened here? Okay, well, that's interesting. Okay, hello, we got 17 people in here. Hello, friends. Thank you all for joining the stream. We are about to leave the wharf, I hope. The wharf has been a place of great trials for me. And I think we're finally approaching the end. Now I'm checking the chat. What do we have going on? Wi-Fi says, if you look closely, if you look closely, the bosses aren't wearing helmets. Those are neck guards. Ah, I wish I paid attention. I'm sorry. I did not see that. I don't know how that necessarily changes it, but I thought those were totally helmets. So are those, wait, are they just headless? Is that what you're saying? Those guys were just like two headless conjoined twins animated? Maybe I'm wrong, but that sounds really metal. Okay, Nitrovent says, I'll tell you how it has nothing to do with the poll. Okay, Nitrovent, if at this point, if you want to share what it was, that would be cool, since we are now basically done with the area. That sure looks like a cool little alchemical table over there. The wizard is intrigued. Oh yeah, we got somebody new in the chat. Hello, aged cac for crits. I'm gonna call you aged friend. Hello. Is this DS2 OG or Scholar? This is Scholar. I didn't know there was a difference there. Man, glad to have you here. Okay. So I'm gonna read the rest of the comments. Nitrovent says, "Yep, the room slowly fills with the water. It slows your rolling." That's a cool gimmick. I was wondering if it was gonna help me at all, but that's pretty rough. So he also says, "You got it." Oh, thank you, man. Okay, yeah. All right, great. Wi-Fi says the water rises as the fight progresses, slowing you down. I wonder, was that just like it's happening no matter what, or is it something that the boss actively contributes to? I'm quite curious. Anyway, Wi-Fi says, sorry, not Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's the Wi-Fi. Yeah. No, they have lizard heads. I did not see the heads at all. I totally thought those were their helmets. Interesting. Aged says, they're conjoined lizard men. Understandable. I didn't know lizard men were a thing in Dark Souls. It's cool. Okay, you know what? Let's open this first. I bet it's a trap. It's not a trap! Glorious! Give me a pyromancy flame. Fireball. The temptation is kind of great, actually. I don't know if I want to do pyromancy, but what kind of wizard would I be if I didn't do that? A flame catalyst used by the pyromancers. Pyromancers rouse this flame to produce various fire arts. Equip pyromancy flame to produce pyromancy. Attune pyromancies at a bonfire. The strength of a pyromancy depends on the strength of one's pyromancy flame, which can be improved through reinforcement. Understood. I don't know. We're gonna have to think about that one. I don't immediately foresee us using that, but maybe we might. And now, of course, let's give ourselves a little lore treat with the Flexile Sentry Soul. Soul of the Flexile Sentry. The Flexile Sentry is a merciless creature whose purpose is to punish the undead. Well, that was cool. All right. I guess its sole purpose was the punishment of undead. Okay. Cinematic. Let's get it. That's actually so cool. I guess we have our own ship now. It's funny, I was talking earlier in the previous stream about how, like, oh, you can't just build a boat and go anywhere in the setting, and now we're just departing on a ship. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't make judgments too soon and ahead of time. I bet next thing they're gonna let us build a house or something. Let's see. Also, to anyone joining, we just defeated the Flexile Sentry, and I don't know where we are now. This is different. How about this? Everyone who's been actively talking, should I be going here or should I go elsewhere for now? Or do you all want me to keep progressing? I do want to use these souls pretty soon. In fact, actually, I'm going to go ahead and go to Majula. Am I going to go to Majula? You guys, I'm kind of suspicious about my possibility of going to Majula. Okay. There's one guy. There's two guys. Okay. Oh, I don't have that. Alright, understood. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. I'm checking the chat now. Well, if it says Scholar is different from regular DS2. It added new content and adjusted enemy placements. That's interesting. I didn't know. I really thought it was just a DLC. Scholar is better, says Nintervan. Okay, I'm glad we got this one then. I think I could have gotten Dark Souls 2 or this one, sorry, or Scholars of the First Sin for like the same price. So I guess I'm glad I went for this one. I personally like Scholar more, but it's a hotly debated topic according to Nintervan. Okay, it's gonna be I guess enlightening to join all the discourse around the game. I've been seeing lots of essays by channels I very much respect talking about how everyone's like wrong about Dark Souls 2, and I think there's maybe a slight reason for why I'm ultimately doing this, is I've heard a lot of contradicting information about this game. So here we are. Okay. Nitrovan says, I am of the opinion people who dislike Scholar don't understand that DS2 isn't trying to be the same kind of game as the rest of the series. I hear that common argument that Dark Souls 2 is a good game, but not a good Souls game, which I don't necessarily, if I personally agree with or anything like that, but that I did hear that statement expressed. What do you make of that, Nitrovan, and anyone who is interested in answering? Nitrovan also says, but that's an argument for another day. Age says, Scholar is generally better, but the enemy placement can be a bit questionable. Is there more enemies placed, or yeah, actually I'm kind of curious, can y'all explain to me what's up with what is up with the enemy placement differences? I mean, I just like recently learned that you can join a covenant that makes a whole game more difficult for some reason, which I mean I guess feels like a very Dark Souls thing to do, and then even not tell your players that that's exactly what they signed up for, which is pretty funny, I guess. Very Dark Souls thing to do. And Intervent says, sure, here works. Yes, continue. Your call. Scholar did make the build setup a lot better. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm excited to create a cooler build for my character. The wizard is in search of self-betterment. Okay. Wonderful. We are... Where are we even? Visions of Destroy. Understood. No clue what that might mean. Man, I do love the little signs people leave around. Hurrah for treasure? Hurrah for treasure? Really? I feel like I just fell for a trap. Common fruit. And yeah, just last stream I was talking about how like, oh yeah, we don't even eat anything, and then now we have fruits. But it's not like we really eat them for hunger purposes in this game. So like, the undead doesn't really have to eat anymore, functionally. Yes! Guess what, guys? We are gonna get a real sword now. It's gonna happen. And actually, oh man, we can really ball out now. I could even, in fact, grab a cool new spell. Get myself a little treat. Let's see. There's so many things I can buy all of a sudden. I could have had 16,000 more souls, but those were lost, unfortunately, due to my own failure. Also, to anyone joining the stream, thank you all so much. We are making progress. I like Leningrast. I think we're going to be good friends. So yeah, we just beat the Flexile, what are they called? Flexile Sentry? Yeah, that was my first time with them, so that was interesting. Okay, we're just going to get like 2 Titanite shards. I think that's reasonable, yeah. Let's go with 2. Then we're going to go ahead and... We're going to get ourselves... well, I guess we have to get ourselves a few levels. Okay, also seeing lots of comments here. Dark Souls 2 is a great Souls game, but it wasn't designed with the same philosophy as the other games. For example, the other games were designed with challenges like SL1 in mind. But in this game, it's not really possible to the same degree. It's still possible, but with ATP being a thing, it's very different, not very fun. Thank you for explaining that, Nutrivent. I guess I could kind of see that. Are you saying that people can't do SL1 runs anymore? I don't necessarily think one should be able to judge a Souls game based on how well you can do it at SL1, but so I guess that is strange to me. Okay. Okay. Reading what Aged says, now enemies found in other areas have been placed in unusual locations. Okay. I wonder what that could be. Have I seen that already in your opinion? Because I mean, to me it's like, oh yeah, these are just the locations you'd find the enemies in the first place, so they aren't particularly unusual. But maybe I haven't found what you're talking about, so we'll see. Wi-Fi says the whole point of Scholar was to package all the DLCs together and provide a different and slightly harder experience to those who enjoyed the base game. Oh, this is I didn't know there was more than one DLC. For some reason, I thought Scholar of the First Sin was in fact the DLC itself. So that's, I guess, enlightening. Okay. H says low ADP can stink, but you don't need that much to get a workable dodge. Okay, around 95 agility is fine. SL1 is still possible, but it will take a lot more mechanical manipulation. All right. I don't think we're going to be doing that anytime soon, admittedly, but that's good to know. Thank you. Wow, we just I think we're good to go with the strength. Nice. That certainly cost quite a bit, but I think we actually have enough to even buy another kind of spell. So that is an intriguing prospect. Okay, hear about this. We can have a broadsword or a longsword. I trust the longsword more. In fact, I didn't actually have to level up all of my strength the way I just did. I could have just been fine with 10, but it's nice to have a little bit extra strength. You know, we lived. Okay. To anyone joining, we did defeat a Flexile demon, also the Flexile Sentry, and moving on elsewhere. Not entirely sure just where yet, but we're getting there. I have 11 life gems. That should be enough for whatever endeavor we're going to set out to do. And we're just going to go ahead and visit the Karelian guy, or whatever his name was, and possibly get a nice little spell. I am very, very much interested in the different possibilities here with the spells. I'm assuming we're going to find more as we progress, like of different variations of spells, and that's in fact not the entire library of spells available to us. So, yeah, okay. It shocks me that I've been here like more than 12 times for the enemies to not be here anymore. A few of you will notice how I, in fact, didn't upgrade my longsword and didn't get a longsword, and that was totally my bad. And wow, okay, so our guy is not here anymore. We will not be getting any new spells, which is very sad. I am quite distraught, actually. That was an unfortunate turn of events. The wizard had finally succeeded, but in turn lost his only comrade here. Just when things were turning around. Okay. Checking the comments. Wi-Fi says there's 3 DLCs. Wow. Okay. Is that not the most in a Souls game? Like by far. Like that's kind of insane. Nitrovan says no, it can still be done. This game, I think that's in reference to SL1 runs. This game was just mostly designed to be experienced all the way through without thinking of people challenging the game, challenge running the game. Since a lot of love of the Souls game came to come. Okay, that's fair. Nitrovan says from their replay value and challenge runs, this one loses in that department. Ah, okay. I don't think I've ever conceptualized what like not having a replayable Soul game might look like, or at least not a super replayable game would look like. So I guess we're gonna get to know. Wow, I'm drinking chamomile tea right now. It's interesting. I'm not really a tea person myself, but it seems kind of wizardly to do so, and apparently it helps with voice stuff for streams. I just swallowed like a piece of chamomile, which was kind of unfortunate. I really didn't like that. Wow. I didn't know that was a thing. Kind of made me very upset. That's alright. We're chill. So, Nitrovan says, from their replay value, challenge runs, this one loses in the department. Wi-Fi says, this game was has a built-in challenges with the Covenant of Champions and the Illusory Rings. Okay. I will look out for that. Aged says I disagree. NG Plus is at its peak in this DS2. Wow. Okay. I guess some discourse happening here. I've no opinion, admittedly, just yet. I do not. I am excited to find out, but I have no clue what that might look like just yet. Did I just buy that sword? I think I did, right? Did you guys see me buying a sword? I feel like I did. Equipped. Broken. Scimitar. Scimitars are cool. Bastard sword, Varangian sword. I don't think I ended up getting a long sword. That's alright. We're gonna be kind of vanilla this time around and just, yeah, we'll just buy a nice long sword. No, wait, there was 4. I totally bought a long sword. What am I saying? I'm mad. Okay. There we go. We do in fact have 2 long swords. Okay, that'll do. Yes. Repair. No, don't repair. Reinforce. Yes. Yes. Okay. You know what? We can afford a few more Titanite shards. I think this is a good investment. Screw it. Can we do it? Yeah, perfect. I do suspect we're gonna have to get a few more souls as a result. Gosh, oh my gosh, the comment section is blowing up. Okay, the chat. What am I saying? The comment section. Still getting used to the vocabulary. I want to call you guys the orb, but that might get confusing with time. So, yeah. The chat. Nishman says, but people just don't seem to like those much. Okay. And I am one of those people, honestly. But I still find it very fun to replay. Currently, I'm in the middle of a spear run and sorcery only run. Man, spears are wild in these games. I've mentioned I've had an experience with a halberd, and that was pretty fun. Yeah, that was pretty cool. But I feel like just a spear exclusive sounds a little dreadful, if I'm being honest. I respect the grind though. Good job for pursuing that. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go ahead and get that. And we actually still have enough Titanite to get a slightly larger sword. In fact, maybe even we'll get a better staff. Do I have enough? I think I do. Did I buy all of this stuff? Buy item. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and equip the longsword before I forget I even have it. You know, we're just leveling up a little bit. You know, getting a little stronger for this area. I feel like I've been slightly under-leveled, or maybe not under-leveled, but slightly behind on how many souls I should have at this time. Not souls, but how much. How many upgrades I should have. Yeah, I tend to be kind of bad about that in these games. There we go. What's everyone saying? Aged says, more than metrics change in AG+. Okay. YFAT says, I'm biased, but this game also had the best DLCs. Okay. I know there's a crazy boss fight with a dragon in one of the DLCs, and that's all I know. I think I've seen some footage of that, and that looked a little daunting, but I'm looking forward to it. H says, new enemy locations, new items, new encounters. Fair enough. It did have some really good DLC mapping and bosses. Well, are the DLCs in this game the kind that you have to get to after you beat the game, or the kind that you have to at some point like start like in the middle, kind of like we have with the Ariandale DLC with what's it called? Yeah, Dark Souls 3. There we go. We're gonna get a cool staff now. In fact, we're gonna get an extra cool staff because I'm gonna go ahead and spend a large soul on that. Another soul on that. Yes, we're gonna have a +4 staff. This is actually gonna be awesome. I'm kind of pimped out. This is sick. Let's do this. And You know what? Let's just get one life gem, and now we're really officially ready. Buy item. There we go. Boom. Let's get it. Off on the adventure. The journey continues. Oh, it's the same area? Nice. Alright. The more you know. Also, to anyone joining, we are at the Lost Bastille, as you can see. And we are just exploring. Yeah, this is more or less my first playthrough. I've not gotten this far before, so at this point, yeah, we are definitely at a blind point in the playthrough, and I have no clue what comes next. Might have a few occasional tiny spoilers, but again, basically nothing. How is that going to be? Alright, of course, classic orbital bombardment of the Dark Souls games. We are gonna not do that. Can I go down there? Yep. Don't like that. I didn't like that. Oh gosh, is this the area? I'm immortal. For a moment. Well, that's opened. I know where that was. Glorious. We have a nice little shortcut for ourselves. The game, just the level design in the Souls games is so, like, wonderfully, like, large, but also, like, claustrophobic at the same time, where everything feels, like, so huge. These spaces are just actual, like, cities, and yet everything still feels so, also very cramped while feeling giant. I don't know. Don't really get a lot of that, I think, in most games. Definitely. Yeah, I think that's a huge contribution to just the general feel of, like, the grim darkness of these games, where there are these absolutely giant spaces, yet at the same time that don't feel like they're liberating in any way. They are, in fact, very constraining, and, like, even now, like, oh my gosh, look at this massive, glorious space ahead of us. And yet I can only really walk from left to right here and even risk certain death. That's, seems like an intentional game design choice for sure. Okay, checking the chat. I might be a little behind you guys. What do we have? Fun to play currently. Yes. Okay, unfortunately you already lost the Illusion Rings challenges. Oh, fair enough. If you beat the game without dying or resting at a bonfire, you get special rings. Thank you for explaining that, YFAT. I don't think I was planning on that, but that's crazy that it's just like an inbuilt game mechanic. Okay, Age says on the new rewards for defeating bosses. Is that kind of like Terraria, like where you like play like on extra hard difficulty and you just kind of get more loot, like on the expert mode? If anyone's played Terraria, oh gosh, love that game. What a delightful experience. H says some of them can be obtained early with a bonfire. Okay. Ascetic. I don't know what you mean by that, my friend. Okay, Aged also says DS2 spears are actually fun to use for once. Well, okay, I'll keep an open mind to maybe finding one. I'll try out the moveset. I feel like maybe I won't have enough stats at any point in this playthrough to wield a spear, but we'll get enough to see. Aged, the unique ones are rather unusual too. I don't know what you're referring to there. I'm assuming the rewards from the bosses, perhaps. All right, and then YFAT says you can access them after getting to certain areas. You don't need to beat them. You need to beat the game. The rings? Sorry. Also, YFAT says calling us voices in your head works. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to keep that aesthetic throughout this playthrough. Voices in the head, I think that's much more immersive than chat. So, the voices. Yes. I'm going to get bombarded again, aren't I? I've forgotten that. And, that was deserved. You know what? We made good progress. Time for a little effigy break. Time for a little treat. The wizard deserves a little bit of humanity every now and then. Wi-Fi says you can access them after getting to certain areas. You don't need to beat the game. Okay. Yeah, and I'm assuming, yeah, you're talking about the bosses and the rings at this point. Yes. Nutriment says the DLC scaling level is end game to post game, but they can be accessed earlier if you like. Okay. Probably not, but we're gonna have to see. Aged says you can access them once you find the keys to each one. I see. Chat is very behind. Sorry, Nitrovan. I'm trying to be on top of things. This is a lot of you know, a lot of people, a lot of reading. That's good though. I'm glad you guys are here. This does make this experience much less, I guess, lonely and isolating. Because I feel like that's, I don't know, ultimately, like the core Dark Souls experience is just walking around alone, dying again and again, and reflecting on like one's own like insignificance often. And you know, having actually a good amount of friends here, just chatting is a much more joyous experience, I would say. So we're gonna... That's not good. That's a lot of damage. The wizard does not enjoy getting arrowed that much. Can I lock onto you? I can't lock onto you. That's okay. Well, we're gonna go down and forget about the archer for now. Oh, is it my time to get swarmed by dogs? Yes. We'd expect there to be multiple hits. Oh no, that was a great soul arrow. Well, you can go away. We are, in fact, facing the... What's his name? The Pursuer again, who's just camping right outside of this door. So yeah, I earlier was talking about how I think ultimately knights are in fact the antithesis of wizards. And the more I think about it, I think that the more it makes sense. Because, I mean, because think about it, comrades. In a way, a wizard... Like, an evil wizard is not the opposite of a wizard. It would have to be, like, something like that's conceptually opposite. And I think that I guess, just thematically they're so different. A wizard is like an individual of, ultimately, some freedom outside of, like, the physical world in a way. Because that's sort of how we tend to view magic, is, like, it's beyond this world and all that. And yet the knight is kind of the opposite. The knight is, like, peak status in this world. It is... a mastery of physicality rather than anything like, say, metaphysical, like what we think with magic. Although I do have some opinions on the nature of magic and how we think about it too, but I might get to that later. But we aren't getting camped, not anymore. Oh, yeah, we have a sword now. I forgot. This is so real. Okay, we are gonna destroy these people. Oh, never mind. Here. Please. Yes, there we go. Yeah, but you know, the knight is very much state-sponsored, while the wizard... I mean, while a wizard can work for a king, a wizard does not have to work for a king, usually, at least to be a wizard. A wizard usually gets their power from, you know, I guess more often internal sources / self-sponsored sources, you know, locking yourself within your own tower kind of gimmick, while a knight is much more to get full sponsorship from a king. Although both do enjoy sponsorship in their own capacity. I mean, it's nice for a king to have his own wizard for sure. Yeah, am I gonna get trapped? No, we're good. Okay. Estus Flask Shard, Large Titan. Yo, we got an Estus Flask Shard. We're moving up in the world. Checking the chat now. Okay. Nitrovan, also you missed the message about how to pronounce my name. Could you read that, please? Nitrovan, I'm so sorry. I really missed that. Where was that? Also, by the way, my name is pronounced with the first part like Nai for knee, not knee. Oh, Nai. Okay. It's not Nitrovan. Nitrovan. Okay, Nitrovan, thank you for clarifying that. I'm glad we're now on the same page. If I'm still mispronouncing it, please let me know. Thank you. Thank you for the heads up. If I'm mispronouncing anyone's name, please let me know. Wi-Fi says, welcome back, Pursuer. Yeah, right. Where did he go, actually? I think that's more disconcerting than him staying around, is him disappearing. I'm sure we're going to have to see him pretty soon, randomly. Okay. Aged says, I thought clerics were the foil to wizards, discipline versus faith. I would say they're similar. Sorry, they're different in that sense, but then you do have the difference in the overall realm in which they operate. Because with a knight, you are really dealing with a more, I guess, a physical reality, where with something like clerics and wizards, you kind of go beyond that. You're more, what's the word? It feels like more traditionally like metaphysical, I guess. Meanwhile, the knight is indeed the pinnacle of physical performance in this world. So that's where my reasoning comes from. But I can totally see that as maybe the opposite of their I guess the sources of power. But then again, you do often see that trope even in wizard media. I don't know if what do you call them? Gosh, what do you call them? Wizard of Earthsea, for example. I don't remember if that was the twist there at the end, but the typical believe in yourself kind of thing. You do see that with wizards. Wizards do have to believe in themselves, although you don't really see that. With faith, for example, with clerics, the source of or the direction of the faith is external, while with wizards it can often be internal. So, but there is still a lot of faith at play, I guess. I think in both, but yeah. Anyway, thank you for that. I like that kind of discourse. This is fun. Oh gosh, I'm so behind on the chat, you guys. Where are we? Okay. All right, YFAT says, make sure you loot the dogs. They sometimes drop effigies. Really now? I am going to go look at some corpses now. Time to rummage through some bodies. Very, very, very exciting times. If you, in fact, see anything, let me know. What was that? There was a little whoosh that I just heard. That didn't sound right. Okay. Well, we're going to probably hear more from that. Continuing on, Nitrovan says, oh yeah, did you ever get that Majula Estus shard? No, I didn't. I'll do that next time we're in Majula. OFET says, oh, speaking of Pursuer, he also has a body horror thing going on. Ooh, that's cool. I'm now going to be paying more attention to his design. It's I've noticed the red glowing eye, which is just sick, but I don't necessarily think of that as a body horror. Hurrah, misfortune. I like the sound of that. Guess where we're jumping? No, just kidding. I don't exactly know why we're going in this direction, considering we already explored this part, or at least a good chunk of it. Sorry, I guess earlier was told I was a little going here preemptively, so perhaps we're gonna do better this time around. Or I talked to that individual. She was cool. What's her name?
You are an odd one indeed. I've always made a point of avoiding people. Well, you've made a point of engaging me. I can see that you are mid-journey. If you require assistance, I will help you. I come from Mirror, a land of knights. My sword is always ready. Don't hesitate to call upon me. Whatever happens, I won't be missed.
A very fatalist individual here. I do appreciate your willingness to help out. Don't think we're gonna have to die anytime soon, at least. I guess maybe this is an actual human, not an undead. Very valorous individual.
You are an odd one.
Okay, no, never mind. I just wanted to check your name. Okay. Ugh, not good. Help me out with this guy. I guess she doesn't care. We're gonna do a live jam. Checking the chat once again. Speaking of the Pursuer, Hill says body horror, right? Age says that is true. Physical powers is for knights, yes. Wizards are more metaphysically tuned. Yeah, truly agreed with that. I'm going to talk about that more in a second. Look closely at his chest plate next time you see him, says YFAT in relation to the Pursuer. Okay, we're gonna really examine that guy. That's, I don't know if I'll really have a good chance though, but we'll see. Oh, thank you, Nitrovan. Lucatiel, that's the name of that individual. That's a lot of L's. I didn't know there were that many L's. Makes sense though. Aged, yes, Pursuer chest plate has some nasty stuff going on. Ooh, man, you guys are intriguing me. What could it be? What could possibly be in that man's chest? I'm immediately projecting like, oh, are they like bodies like crammed in there or something? I don't know. That seems like a very body horror thing to do. Maybe sinews of flesh barely holding him together. Okay. I like this sword. This already feels more like what I'm used to, which I guess maybe isn't very experimental with me, perhaps. But I do like the vibe of it. Feels a lot more metal than a rapier. Okay. Age says yes, Pursuer. Yes, right. And then Nitrovan says Lucatiel's questline is the best in the game. Ooh, okay. Well, you know, this is actually something I would appreciate help with for anyone who is, thinking about like accidentally spoiling the game. I would appreciate help with making sure I actually complete quest lines, because I think that's the one thing with these games that you do tend to miss on your first playthrough is all the quest lines. And if there is in fact a quest line that's like time sensitive that I've missed at this point or that I might miss, please let me know, and I actually would like to go out of the way and make sure that that gets explored. Sometimes the voices can be prophetic like that. Good guess, but not quite what I think is happening. Okay, thank you for... I'm assuming it's about the Pursuer's chestplate you're talking about, so I'm excited to find out. Let's see this. All right, Pursuer, let's get it. Can I see that? I don't know what I just opened. Okay. Okay. Do I do more damage now? Not really. What if I attack you in melee? I also have a sword. Ah, that hurt. What is that? Ah! Should have been smarter. Cursed! Again! Two stabs now. Did not mean to do that. Did not mean to do that at all. I meant to have a sword out. Okay. Come on. Being a little safer now. Sorry, gotta lock in. Gotta not focus on the voices in my head. Kill this man. I didn't even look at his chest. I focused so hard. Ah, no. I'm sorry, you guys. I was so like, I was like, so focused there for a second. Well, well, I'm sure we're gonna see him again. Let's remember that. I will not forget next time. Also, there's a great temptation to jump. Can I... should I jump? Am I supposed to jump? Doesn't look like there's anything down there. I trust your call. What do y'all think? Also, I'm gonna go ahead and check the voices. Okay, Nitrovan says, okay, if you want to do Lucatiel's questline, you must summon her for 3 bosses. She's available for 5, I believe. You miss summoning her. If you miss summoning her, you will fail her questline. Okay, well, thank you. If everyone is in consensus that I should in fact do that, I will go ahead and summon her for the next boss fight, which, I don't know, I feel odd about, but that's okay. I think that could be fun. It's nice to have a friend for these sorts of things. Also, hello everyone joining the chat. We just killed the pursuer, or, you know, temporarily put him down. I have no clue where to go. If anyone's got any suggestions for me, I am all ears. I have actually no idea where... Oh, never mind. There is, in fact, a ladder here that I... Never mind, I still don't know where to go. That's alright. Did I miss something, you guys? I'm sure I missed something, but... Wow. Very, very cool. I did not intend for that. The wizard creates explosions every now and then like that. Aged says, you must summon the NPC and they must survive the boss encounter. Well, that's harder, but I think still manageable. We can definitely attempt that for sure. I think we're gonna go ahead to Majula, maybe find that little, what is it? Find the Estus shard and then go ahead and continue on with our journey. You guys, any recommendations what I'm supposed to be doing at this point? I have no idea. Okay, sorry, or at least... No, y'all don't have to tell me anything just yet. I might find it, but in my perception, I'm in fact wandering in circles at this time. Also, I did see everyone said, yeah, don't jump. Thank you for telling me that. The reason I didn't jump was because you guys told me not to jump, so thank you for that. I did see those messages as soon as they appeared. Oh gosh, I didn't mean to do that. Of course. No! No! Deserved. I was so full of confidence there for a second. That was so exciting, but that's all right. It happens to us all. Realizing that my second monitor, second computer isn't charging, and that I won't see the stream if it dies. Okay, here we go. Okay, looking at Nitrovan's message, remember you must be human to summon. Oh, I did forget that. That's important. Thank you for saying that. H says, anyway, I think the souls of the victims of the pursuer are trying to rip out the pursuer's armor. You must rip out of the pursuer's armor. You can see faces forming on the chest plate. Oh, that's cool. I'm assuming that that's sort of what that move was with the souls bursting out of him. Maybe that was perhaps his souls, I'm guessing. Very cool. Here, we're actually gonna go to the first bonfire. And we're going to grab my souls from there. Yes, Nitrovan says the final boss of this area will be one of the three. One of the three. You make sure she survives. Okay, I'll go ahead and try that. Thank you. Well, I'll make sure she does. I think I can do that. Then reading on. Aged says, and they look very anguished. Oh, the souls. I mean, that's cool. I feel like bursting souls, unless they are represented by flesh, is kind of less body horror. But I can totally see what you guys mean. I mean, if they are in fact like grotesque, like bodily, like protrusions out of his chest, I feel like that would be more body horror. I feel like if it's souls and stuff, that's a little different. But I mean, still totally valid to analyze. I wonder what you would even call that, because I think one of the main points of main themes with body horror tends to be that sheer focus on pure materiality of the body, of the human body, and so I guess it's has strange implications to suggest that souls are kind of body horror. Well, I guess maybe they are. Here, we are gonna just very carefully navigate around these guys. Oh, that's a lot of damage, dude. He fell for my trap where I dodged him. Okay. There we go. I like the little growl noise he just did. That was cool. Alright, what was I saying there? The final boss of this area, right? And they look okay. Wi-Fi says, back in the courtyard with all the dogs, there is a path forward. Oh, I did not see that. I thought I looked carefully, but I guess I didn't too thoroughly, so thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna go ahead and rest by the smith again, and actually go ahead and go to Majula and make sure to upgrade a little bit while I have 11,000 souls. I'm pretty sure I also got a ring just now. Isn't that true? Didn't I get a ring? I feel like that's like the only thing I saw. Yes, yes. Ah, love this one. Classic Souls ring. For anyone who doesn't know this ring, wow, I'm really getting destroyed by this UI. A silver ring depicting the snake, both the servant and manifestation of the god of greed. Xandro. I've not heard of this one, if I'm being honest. Greed is traditionally viewed as a vice, but only a fool allows that to ruin a good opportunity. I like that. I like that, like, slightly mischievous spirit of a let the greed corrupt us a little bit, you know. It's okay to be corrupted by greed every now and then. Okay. All right, let's see how the longsword fares against some dogs. Oh, immaculate, immaculate. I love that. Okay, gosh. Yeah, it's just like, it feels like so much more consistent. Gosh, I adore that. We're going back to Majula. So, checking the chat. Sorry, the voices, excuse me. Also, actually, I should say, we got a lot of people here. You guys are awesome. Thank you all for joining us. This is basically, yeah, at this point, I'm doing a blind playthrough. So, yeah. And as I'm doing this blind playthrough, I'm trying to get some research done for a potential video in the future. I mean, that's sort of my gimmick is video essays for the Souls games. I don't mean that to be the gimmick of my channel, but so far those have been the most successful, so I'll keep on doing that. And I actually have the next video script kind of ready, but I'll explain that in a second. Gosh, what am I doing? Don't waste your time. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to waste your time. Okay. Check in the chat, and I will... Yeah, okay. Okay. Back in the courtyard? Yes, I will go back to the courtyard. Nitrovent says you can buy a ring from Shalquare that will make bosses target you much more frequently. That will help. Okay, I will... That sounds like the name of a cat. But I don't know if that's necessarily true, so I'm going to go ahead and visit the cat. Also, Aged says the red eye ring. Understood. It forces the bosses to only attack you. You just got a key that can let you progress. I did get a key? Okay, that's exciting. I didn't see the key, but I'll trust your reward on that. Aged says try to find where it goes, for sure. Nitrovan, well, there's their faces. Okay. Well, I guess that is kind of body horror. I think maybe if they are portrayed as like kind of fleshly faces, I feel like it counts. But like having them as like maybe sort of metaphysical faces is slightly less body horror. But I guess that counts. Here, I'm gonna get 8 of these. They're just a little bit, and then we're gonna go ahead and upgrade. What are we gonna upgrade? I think it's nice to upgrade some more of my spells. I think intelligence is the way to go. 2 up. Wait, you can only get 1? I guess I can only do 1. Fair enough. And then we're gonna spend the rest of that on yeah, I mean, I should have just upgraded first. I don't know what I was thinking. That's alright. That gives us a greater excuse to get 21 life gems. Perhaps a mistake, but that's okay. Okay, returning right back to where I was just a moment ago. We are going to go to the smith. Reading the chat. You can buy a ring. It forces the bosses. Don't worry, there is a body horror main boss. Oh, dude, oh, that's exciting. I'm excited. I'm very much interested in analyzing what that might like hold in itself. I think the good friend of mine, Grimnir, he joined our last stream. He recently did an essay on Dark Souls 2. Well, several of the Souls games, and in them he analyzed the bodies of certain bosses. Actually, would highly recommend checking that one out. Not his most recent. I mean, I would recommend his most recent video, but that's a different one. It's the one I'm talking about is like has the picture of what's his name, the King Osiris from the third Dark Souls game. Gosh, hell yeah. I did see that Pursuer appearing there for a second. You... How could you do this to me? Oh. Oh my gosh, am I actually gonna, like, die? Not today. So we're in the courtyard. We're gonna explore a little bit, and we're gonna find where we're supposed to go. To anyone who's joining, we have been here a little... Oh! Of course! Nice! Okay, well, that was... thank you for letting me know to look back here, because I would have totally missed that. What are you? That was way scarier than it turned out to be. Okay. Huh. I don't know what's like pushing the wizard to go here. Like, this is this is rough. What are you? I mean, I like the design of the little I can see. The whole like bloody face rag. It's cool. Flame butterfly. What is that? You guys, sorry, gameplay paused. What's a flame butterfly? I like that. Flame butterfly. Bottle filled with dried red butterflies. Stimulation of these rare butterflies creates a small flame, allowing torches to be lit on the go. These butterflies exude secretions which ignite upon exposure to air, protecting them from natural predators. Known and loved as handy firelighters, but feared as the catalysts of disastrous fires when found in swarms. Well, that's sick. I like this, like, just straight up lore here. Like this just feels like a little paragraph somebody like wrote out like for fun, and then just put it into Dark Souls 2. Feels like that could be like for any setting, but I like that a lot. I wonder if that has any wider implications for the flame itself, that you can have like creatures like that, like off the fire. Huh. Okay. Anyway, 43 views. Hell yeah, we're doing great, you guys. Thank y'all so much for joining. By the way, to anyone who is a regular viewer and wants to stay more updated about the future of these streams and just staying in touch with the community, I've said it before, but we do have a Discord that's pretty small, and so you kind of actually get to have some like actually conversations where you're heard and can sort of be a part of the wider community. So yeah, I suppose if you wish, would love to have you guys here. And you can find the link on the description of my channel. Okay, so try close range battle for sure. Thank you. Oh no. I really like the design of these. Like, a lot. I wish I could look at them longer. Wanderer hood, Wanderer coat, Wanderer manchettes, Wanderer boots. Let's give it a look. Let's see what could we possibly look like with these new things. Wanderer. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's like the typical thing. Okay, we're gonna actually put on some gloves. I'm realizing this whole time we didn't have any gloves, and yeah, we can actually have some cool gloves for that matter. So. Yeah, I like that. Alright. Slowly progressing. Also checking the chat. Sorry, excuse me, the voices. Still gotta make sure the vocabulary is down. You just got the key, try to find where it goes. At 43 views. Okay. We run, we explode. Yes. Flame butterflies were present in the intro cinematic. That's cool. I've completely missed that. Thank you for pointing that out. If I ever end up bringing them into my analysis, that would be kind of nice to allude to. He has joined the Discord for real. Real Nitrovan, yes. Aged says Wanderer set from DS1. Oh, I totally missed that. I don't think I remember that one very well. Okay, that's not good. We are just gonna back away from that. Okay, die. Oh, never mind, don't die. Not yet, sorry, that was a little cocky of me there. Progress is happening. There we go. It is really nice having a ranged attack in these games. It feels like this would really be unfortunate as a fighter. We just have to deal with it, but being able to just cast people away is pretty neat. Larger soul of name is Soldier Green Blossom. Awesome. I don't exactly think this is the place I should be going. Oh, there we go. It would have been awesome if those exploded and I died. Also, is that a face? That sure looks like a trap to me. Huh. Not a trap? Examine. No Pharaoh's Lockstone in inventory. There are pharaohs in this game? Okay. I hear something. Oh. Oh, it's one of you! Okay, we've seen these before. Ah, that's not good. Ah! Okay. Oof. Die! Well, that was a close encounter in a dark dungeon with a ninja. The wizard's a little tired now. You can see it by the slumped shoulders. I like that detail. That makes the character feel much more alive. Okay, we can treat ourselves to some Estus. Okay, wow. Cool that the body doesn't despawn. All right, can we get a trap? Can we get a trap in here? Awesome. You know, I've kind of been a fool. I should be hitting these. I've had that experience before, and I probably shouldn't risk it in this game. Twin Blade. That sounds sick, but I don't think I'll be using that. So another time. Immediately not hitting my the chest. That's great. Bone staff. Whoa. Bone staff. That sounds cool. Bone staff. Man. Oh, I have a lance? Since when? Excuse me. Suddenly very intrigued by the staff prospect. That's nice. Bone staff. Staff crafted with animal bones. A catalyst for sorceries and hexes. Properly trained sorcerers receive their first staff from their last master after receiving a certain level of accomplishment. Those without proper training must devise something of their own making. Well, that's interesting. As a wizard, I'm actually kind of not really on good terms with skeletons. I've mentioned this before in our previous journeys. Yeah, no, I used to be kind of like in their favor. We were getting along, but then I guess I called like their king Bones, and they just kind of took offense to that. I didn't know they were that sensitive here, and since then, yeah, no, I've just not really been on good terms with them. No necromancies for me. They just automatically spawn in and attack me. Yes, the will of that king is too strong. Anyway, that's another story. There's more to that. Okay, check in the chat. Sorry, the voices. Wanderer said for DS1, you're getting warmer. Ooh, thank you. Okay, I am. Okay, yeah, okay, for sure. Agent says I'm getting warmer, so I guess I am going in the right direction. Wi-Fi says bleed is quite scary in this game because it also drains stamina. I didn't notice that. That could have totally ruined me. Thank you for letting me know. I will keep a lookout for that. Also, Aged says it also slows movement speed. Gosh, what a thing. Oh gosh. Oh, we have a new guy in here. Comrade. George Chris 2601. Is it George? I hope I'm saying that correctly. If so, George, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the journey of a wizard going through the world of Drangleic. Yeah, that's what's happening. Random thought about the butterflies. Is the Estus flask not supposed to be a way to carry the bonfire flame with you, to fortify your body? Why then? Why the need for a different source of the fire? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, Aged says it might be a fleeting form of the rite of kindling that binds, revives undead at bonfires. Huh. I kind of need to think about that for a second. Sorry, George. Is the Estus flask not supposed to be carry the bonfire? Yeah, right. To fortify your body. Why then need for a different source of fire? I guess you're right. I mean, I guess maybe we just don't glow as hard as a regular fire would, and so we would do that. That is interesting about the butterflies, though. We're gonna think more about them. Something seems off. You're right. Also, that's a sick elevator. That's the sickest Dark Souls elevator. What did I just hear? Okay. Oh, that's so metal. Skeptic Spice. I guess that's what happens to skeptics here, huh? Okay. George says, just plain old George, spelled in a different language. Don't worry about it. Oh, thanks, man. All right, appreciate the clarification. Well, it's good to have you here. Yeah, welcome to the stream. We do this pretty often. I'm going to try to aim to do this maybe 2 times a week, maybe sometimes 3 times. I'll probably mostly 2 times, though, depending on how things go. I do want to have some spare evenings and want to keep these kind of like a treat, you know? So, yeah. So, we'll see. I don't know exactly when the next day is going to be that we're going to be streaming. There's going to be some kind of a freeze happening pretty soon, so I'm going to be sort of busy with that. And that sure looks like that looks like the tower. All right, with a boss. So we're going to go ahead and open that. Huh. Yes. What do we have here? Do we have a ladder, perhaps? No! Okay, there we go. The spices are quite useful. Life gem. Oh, lots of life gems. Awesome. Spices are quite useful. Let's go ahead and look at the spice then. I'm curious. Oh, that doesn't look like a spice. It looks like a little slime ball. Okay. A skeptic spice. A spice exuding a peculiar aroma. A spell demands devotion from its caster, but using this spice makes a chosen spell attainable with 1 less faith. Huh. Will only work with assistance from a certain person, but the spice does not raise one's faith, but only obfuscates the requirement. That is useful. Okay. I hope we find more of this. That's pretty nice. Let's just completely negate the usefulness of the faith stat. Yeah, all right, well, great. So at this point, we have quite a few life gems, and maybe we should just go ahead and fight the boss. I wonder if there's a bonfire nearby that I'm missing, because it does feel like we are pretty far away from any kind of checkpoint at this time. I just... Ah! Huh. Well, that's interesting. The more you know. That was very, okay. Okay, well, surely it's a pretty quick way back, right? Okay. That's really something. We're gonna have to process what just happened there. Hopefully the setback was not too great. Okay, and in fact... Yeah, we run... oh, we run, we explode, for real. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and use an effigy. And the reason for that is because I am fully confident in my ability to get back. And I do want to actually summon that one character for the boss fight. Let me look up her name again. What was it? I don't immediately see it. Lucatio. Yes, we want to have her in the boss fight. Okay. Yeah, it is so nice to just like be able to like extend my will so far away. Okay, you know what? I think it's time we take care of this man. And now, here. No, I didn't. Was that it? No, it wasn't. Okay. Okay. I'm dead. That's okay. That's okay. That happens sometimes. Okay. So that was in fact a waste of my humanity there for a second. That's all right though. We'll just use another one when we get to the boss fight. That was a little hasty of me, to say the least. Okay, let's get this pursuer. Honestly, I think he's gonna be a nuisance. And maybe he'll drop something nice, so a great prospect there. I really like the sword. This sword is so much nicer than the rapier. Feels like with the rapier I really couldn't like hit anything, which I guess, you know, is my fault. And when I say rapier, I mean the mail breaker, of course, but, you know, similar. Alright. I hope the explosion was at least humorous for you guys. Because it was honestly kind of humorous for me. Not too mad at it personally. Oh my gosh, what? No, well, not that one. That one's a little uncalled for. Okay. Can we call it a truce, dude? Just... Okay, well, fair enough. I guess we did call it a truce. Die. Die. Okay. We are... Yeah, we're going. Also, just a quick question. I feel like it's okay to ask. Did I miss a checkpoint of some kind, or was that indeed... Is that indeed the run back for this boss? No! Okay. I really like the design of that guy, but that explosion was really odd. I can't tell what's exactly happening when he does that. Is he like releasing like the bloated gases from his like decaying body, or is he just I don't know. It feels like you should be able to like explode yourself, but at a cost of your own life. Like, isn't that like the whole like I don't know, the whole thing with like necropolitics or whatever? I don't know. Seems a little too powerful to be able to just explode yourself and still live. Gosh. Okay. I get it. Stay back. we're doing good. We're ah man. I'm in for these hangouts to be pretty chill, you know, not really anything too dramatic, but it feels like it's a little hard to do that with in the realm of Drangleic. Feels like every other thing here is to some degree fatal and unexpected and surprising. Like that, like I didn't expect that to happen just there. Okay. Oh, he can't follow me here? That's alright. Really? Okay, I'm sorry. I guess that was kind of mean of me to just leave. Okay. Sorry to everyone who was excited for that boss fight. Or mini boss fight, I suppose. Okay. I'm gonna say just right away, I think we have another maybe like 40 minutes of the stream. So we'll probably go for about that long. And then, you know, I saw some leeway in case we are having a good time with the boss. That felt kind of badass. Stop it. No! Okay, we're fine. I forget that he still lives after that. That's really strange. All right. We were back to where we kind of were, more or less. Wifehat says, you get too far away from the pursuer leaves. Yeah, if you get too far, yeah, that makes sense. Unfortunate. There was a bonfire near the boss. There was a bonfire near the boss. Okay, well we're gonna get there very quickly. I think. I hope. I think I should. Can anyone explain to me the significance of the explosive barrels in this location? As in why there are so many explosive barrels? Is this like the gunpowder capital of Drangleic? Because they're kind of everywhere, and that's I mean that's cool, just unexpected. Am I getting shot? I think I'm okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and treat myself to a little bit of Estus. Oh, there we go. That's different. All right. Slow progress, but we're making it. Oh, I'm gonna have to fight the ninja again, aren't I? Alright, dude, where are you? There you are. I've learned my lesson. Ouch, that kind of hurt. There we go. I guess, yeah, that's kind of the thing with ninjas. Just kill them from afar, if possible. Like, don't tempt fate. It's like they'll try to bait you with their, you know, I guess, seeming vulnerability, but then, I guess, they did train for years and years and years for the sole purpose of you just, of killing you, so you probably shouldn't do that. Also, this would be cool if there was a ladder here, but there isn't, so we're just not going to do that. Wrong way. Also, looks like George said something. George, good question about those exploding dudes. My personal lore is that they studied the art of precise fart release under the tutelage of my uncle, a true master of that skill. Oh, wow. Tutelage, excuse me. Well, I suppose this is a reasonable lore. I wouldn't have pieced that one together myself, but that could be it. I do not know your uncle, but it sounds like completely plausible. All right, we are going to get back in here. Yes, for sure. Nitrovan. Gonna make myself some food. Real. Yeah, you get cozy. Yeah, we still got some time. This is it's gonna be good. Wifehat says this is a Bastille, so munitions storage makes sense. I don't think I really processed the names of these locations. I think I saw Bastille, but like I don't think I really understood what that implied. I guess it does make sense. There would be munitions. I wonder if they have cannons in the setting. I feel like they might. Also, if my stream is lagging at all, I apologize. It should fix itself, in theory. I'm noticing some lag on my second monitor. Anyhow, Wi-Fi says this is... Oh, never mind. I already read that. Aged says, considering the most important entity locked up there, is a pyromancer. Oh, sort of. Oh. We have a pyromancer here? Well, alright. I guess the voices are telling me that there's a pyromancer somewhere nearby. I'm actually really concerned about the possibility of getting exploded again. So, I'm gonna stay away. Okay, come. No, what do you mean? Alright, guys, No! We're still alive, we're still alive. Okay, die from afar. No. So, just to confirm, there was a bonfire in that cell, but the bonfire itself was blocked away by some kind of a, like a stoned body, which is not really what I expected, admittedly, but yeah, I feel like, yeah, no, I could have been avoided. But that's all right. Lesson learned. That was my fault. I could have been more prepared for that. All right, stop that. Yeah, the dogs are really insane in this one. Yeah, thank you for the advice of running aged. I thought I could have handled it. I don't think I didn't realize there was a, what do you call them? Gosh, I didn't realize there was an archer, and that kind of really disoriented me. But enough of excuses. All right, you know what? We're gonna kill this man. All right. This time we are completely on uneven ground with no archers attacking him or me. Yeah. You know, I really think it's actually fitting that a knight would be pursuing me throughout this whole game as a wizard. Wow. That's fair. You know, we are both undying. This is just a little bit of fun and play. Not just a game for sure, but like it's understandable why he'd keep harassing me. You know, you guys want to talk more about wizards and stuff? I like things like. Does anyone have any like objections to my reading of knights as the polar opposite of wizards? Because I don't think I've really expressed that to like too many people, and yet I don't know, it feels very much right to me, and yet I've never really considered that or seen that expressed anywhere. Gosh, okay. Anyway. Nice to have 34 life gems. This is like... yeah, very different from the other Souls games, for sure. Huh. Oh, the stream died for a second? Huh. That's unfortunate. I don't know why that would be. What's going on? Looks like everything's plugged in. Should be okay. I hope it's gonna kind of settle itself out. Usually that's the only option left. Okay. Wi-Fi says you actually have an item to get rid of the statue. I do? Yo, I totally thought that this is gonna be like way later. Okay. Well, let's see then. I'm gonna check that out in my inventory right now. Nitron says, "Man, the lag is so bad. Now I'm basically just listening to this now. I'm watching this in 2 FPS. Oh no, that's really unfortunate. Stream is okay for me. Okay, so that makes me think that it's not entirely my connection that's glitching out then. Okay. Okay, so Wi-Fi says it's fine for him. George says it's fine for him. Okay, Naturan, that could be lag on your end. So not to shift responsibility, but consider checking your router. Maybe, I don't know. That sounded weirdly mean. Check your router. Like, no, I'm sorry. I hope your stream starts working again. Okay. But yeah, no, I was looking for an item, right? What are we looking at? So this is what is this? Estus shard, right? Restoring living things from petrification. Yo! Oh, okay, that totally tracks. Fragment branch of yore. A fragment tree branch with a faint, sweet smell restores the life of things turned to stone. Extended inhalation of the branch's scent can lead to coughing and nausea. I appreciate them adding that little bit of warning ahead of time. I didn't want to get nauseous. Huh. Okay, Nitrovan says, oh, never mind. I'm sorry, Nitrovan. I'm going to read what you said in just a second. I do need to kill this thing, though. Wow. Okay. Never mind. Okay, that was... You know what, guys? I don't really want to fight the Pursuer right now. I think the Pursuer is just kind of bullying me at this point, and I don't actually... Do I get anything for killing the Pursuer at this point in the game? Or is it really just... harassment. Okay, we shall see. Also, to everyone joining, yes, we are currently making our way to... Actually, I have no idea what boss we're making our way to, but we are in some kind of a Bastille, and we are searching for a way for the wizard to conclusively die without going hollow. Or, yeah, so that might involve beating all of Dark Souls 2, so... Yeah, and this is in fact a one playthrough. I feel like my volume might be a little too loud, so I'm going to turn that down. We just got a sword recently, and this is a very nice sword. I really enjoy this. Much better than the Mail Breaker. I could have prevented that. Okay, I'll fight this guy one more time. In fact, I'm actually going to fight this guy first. No, I didn't. I thought I had my sword out. Okay. Yes. Ah. Well, maybe we won't fight him one more time. That's a rookie mistake by wizards, is fighting knights directly, especially when they have their little squires with them. And you can't tell the amount of times the squire just like completely messes up your strat. You would think that, you know, an honorable knight wouldn't rely on a squire, but no, man, can't really count on their honor like that. Not these days. Whatever happened to honorable knights? I think it's the economy. Okay. Somehow feels wrong killing all these dogs, but I'm kind of glad they're no longer getting in the way. All right. Gotta take care of the squire. Squire, die. I think there's a good chance we might be able to do this. No! We won't be able to do this. This is, in fact, yeah, that's it. Well, I don't know since when Knights started flying. The technology must be upgrading. I've not been really keeping up with it myself. I've been, I guess, entombed in my tomes, not really keeping up with modern events, which honestly totally my fault. I should have a better way of doing that. Otherwise, what's the point of all the studying? But yeah, I don't know. Knights are ultimately these characters of technology, of industrialization. They are, you know, covered in earthly metals, very much grounded in this physical reality, as opposed to the wizard, where the wizard is, you kind of see the flowing robe, very much unburdened by physical things. Although I am carrying a sword and a shield, which I don't think is very wizardly of me, and I think maybe that's exactly why I'm getting destroyed with this knight, because I'm trying to fight him on his own terms. Well, I guess if he can use magic, so can I. I think, so can I use a sword. I think that's fair. And actually, stay away from me. I'm going to look you in the eyes, and I'm going to drink my Estus. That's enough of that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Goodbye. All right. To everyone to join the chat, the voices, how are you all doing? I hope you're having a nice evening. We're just having some relaxing, in quotations, Dark Souls 2 for ourselves. A wizard is making his way through Drang Lake, slowly but steadily. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's about what you'd expect to happen there. The wizard might be getting slowly but steadily chipped away at, his spirit. You can kind of see by the quicker and quicker deaths happening, where we used to be able to make it back. Now the wizard isn't really able to do that as much. I was just reading that. Oh, that's not an effigy. It's not an effigy. I thought it was an effigy. Okay. Pain. I'm saying, I was reading kind of a book called The Art of Failure by Jasper Jules, and I talked about it at the beginning of the stream, but I thought it was interesting. Kind of, it pointed out how we tend to start failing more intentionally, or not doing as well, so as to make the burden of failure not as painful, and to disconnect ourselves from failure. For it's like, oh yeah, we're not giving it our best, and so it can't really be a true judgment of us. But that also stops us from authentically engaging in these kinds of experiences, because we try to, I guess, play down the importance of a given attempt and or a given thing that we're doing, and so as a result we just don't engage nearly as hard as we could be. That's unfortunate. I don't know. I'm going to try to avoid that. And in fact, to really make this the run, we're going to go ahead and use the effigy. That's right. This time around we're doing it. We only have 2 left. I thought we'd have more, but that's okay. That's completely fair. So I am currently reading the voices in my head. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of voices. So many voices. I've missed so much. Okay. Right, I forgot YouTube is horribly optimized on mobile. It's fine on desktop. You get souls and rare upgrade materials. Okay. 5k souls baseline. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's the drop from the pursuer. Thank you for explaining that. I will probably fight him a little later. Yes, that's what I'll say for now. He drops Twinkling Titanite. That seems relevant to a wizard, so I guess that's what he's holding on to. That's letting him cast all that magic, huh? Maybe try again later. Yeah, you're so right, Aged. I think that's the way to go. I think getting stuck right now isn't optimal. Wi-Fi says, do you know how many souls... Excuse me, sorry, I just skipped through the chat. Do you know how many souls it costs to hire a squire in today's economy? It's outrageous. Man, I suppose so. I don't know, but I don't think it's the pursuer who is buying that squire. It's in fact, the greater monarchic power that's supplying him with these endless squires. You know, the reason the economy is like this is because of them. They can afford it. You know, they can afford all the squires they want, and so that's why we have to kill them 12 times in a row, just for them to not have a squire, for them to learn that squires are suboptimal in dealing with wizards. But honestly, at this rate, they're actually pretty optimal. They've consistently done terrible things to me. Man, just stay away. Well, I sure am glad I didn't perish in the explosion there, because I forgot that I used the effigy. So we're This is really the attempt. Okay, I'm continuing reading. Cool Knights has flintlock pistols, like with wild horseback. Yeah, right. I hear that's how it's even crazier these days. These days they're like fully automated rifles and all that. It's yeah, no, can't believe that's real. Maybe turn it in. Turn what in? Aged. What do you mean turn it in? Do you mean like call it a night? We're not done yet. You're death spiraling. You're so right. I am death spiraling. But not. This is. Unfortunately, I'm falling asleep again. Sorry to leave as soon as I've got back work morning. Okay. Nitran's leaving. Nice. Okay. Tell you what, you guys. We are beginning it. We are beginning our final life. I actually think that's the way to go. I think we're beginning the final life. And the final life might extend into several things, might extend into several lives. That's the nature of the last life. But really, I am declaring the final life at this point. For real, it's beginning. That's right. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, you're so right. I do have the Estus Flash card. Well, you know what? I might be able to get that when I get on top of that bonfire over there. Not bonfire, but on top of the... Yeah, to the top bonfire. Maybe then I'll be able to use the Estus shard, and that'll be good. I'll try that. Also, George says, I just realized Saint George was depicted as a knight in the old legends. Are we supposed to be advertisers? That's funny. Okay, I shall do my best to troll your puny wizard. Oh, fair enough. Well, George, I'll be on a watch out for that. Also, go pursue our kickers, but no, what are these like traitors in the stream? Treacherous voices. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to have my sword out. There we go. See how wonderfully a sword cleaves? Maybe there is something to learn from the wizard, from the knights. Maybe the industrialization is in fact the future of reality, and we can't do anything about it. Techno-determinism, it's at our door. We are damned. Oh, there you are. Oh, remember there was another one, right? There was a suicide bomber over here. Not suicide bomber, sorry, just a bomber. Yeah, I think it was right behind me. Okay, slow progress. We're doing good. This is indeed the last life. We are going to take our time very carefully, very methodically. This is a good way to lock in. And worst case scenario, I think we made pretty decent progress today. I just really hope we get to do... oh, wait, no. Get to block it right in time with the shield. Okay. I was really tempted to parry him, but this is in fact the last life. There is no time for that. Die. Okay. Great. We are ready for success. Okay. Man, I do feel bad for the squires. They're just trying to make it, man. Blue collar work, difficult stuff. I don't know why the wizard suddenly feels like the need to eliminate these people, but I guess they will keep holding me back, the pawns of the whatever evil that is in charge of this land. But you know, like you think about it, like even in this like journey of ours, this wizard is very much anti-establishment in that like we're just entering this kingdom and we're fighting its military without really any reason other than just to like get to where we are not being allowed to go. Very non-conformist of the wizard. And then of course you have the extremely conformist knight who works alongside the establishment and makes sure that the wizard gets suppressed in every turn continually. So yeah, just something to consider for us there. And also, this is a box. Is it trapped? Feels like it would be trapped. It's not trapped. Wilted dusk herb. Wilted dusk herb. Let's look at a wilted dusk herb. What could this possibly be? Restores many spell uses. Ooh, that's cool. A wilted and faded stalk of a dusk orb restores a great deal of spell use. Fair enough. A dusk orb is a bloom works wonders, but will wilt in the blink of an eye. Needless to say, finding such an herb is of the utmost difficulty. Okay, well, I guess we did something crazy in this lifetime. Okay. You're all wonderful voices, you guys. I think I'm gonna have to take my time very slowly here, and hopefully not get exploded by the first guy I see. Okay. Like, I'm hearing stuff, and I don't like it. No! You stay away. No! No. This is wrong. Literally deja vu here. Not like this, you guys. What is behind me? I swear I just heard like the slash of a sword behind my back. Okay, well, you know what? This is good. This is good. We're doing good. We just got an alluring skull. That's neat. All right, take our time slowly. Okay, just like that. Okay. Examine. Yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna do it. Hope he doesn't attack me. Oh man, you good? Sorry about that. Were you conscious the whole time? Hope you don't mind. I'm gonna sit over here. That's nice. Okay, what do we got? I'd guess so. Of course, man. I like your style. Strayed. Ooh, I think we can get along. You're one of those shadow wizards? That laugh feels very shadow wizardly. I like that. Let's do it. Let's do it, my friend. Okay, let's see. What are you selling? Ooh, that's some contraband. I don't know if you're allowed to sell these. What? Dark orb? Dark hail? Dark fog? Okay, this guy's meddling in some things that he shouldn't have. Interesting. Homing soul arrow. That's kind of cool. What do you guys think? What is worth buying from this man? Also, what is this? Ooh, extends the length of spell effect. Absorbs soul in place of wear. Absorbs souls in place of wearer. What? Anyway, let me check what Wi-Fi says. I don't think you can be an anti-establishment if the establishment is currently a pile of ruins. Well, I suppose that's technically true. But there is some kind of organization that's happening with these undead that, they aren't attacking each other. So there's some kind of organization. They're clearly all dedicated to attacking me specifically. And that's an established force that I am sworn to oppose, or at the very least, I will try to oppose as much as I can. Restores HP and spell uses. That's cool. I like this guy, but I'm not sure what to buy from him. Do you guys recommend the homing soul arrow? That feels like the way to go. The guy sells miracles. Kind of a little untrustworthy, if I'm being honest. Resplendent life. Anyway, hexes are very good, but very demanding. Hexes? What are hex? Okay, are these the hex? Oh, that is a hex. Okay. 12 faith. The wizard is a little faithless. Well, you know what, guys? The wizard is pretty interested in the dark orb. The orb calls to me. You know, it doesn't matter that, like, you know, I was chosen by the dark orb. I don't care that it's corrupting me or anything like that. I just want to be, like, one with it, you know? Sorry if it didn't choose you guys, you know? The dark orb calls to me. In fact, I will just go ahead and buy it. Okay, I am gonna go ahead and also buy the homing arrows. Homing soul arrow has a good tracking, even with the target lock off. Perfect. Well, this is a good thing to do. We are going to now.
Do you really think you can manage the glories that are my spells?
Ha. Man, really strong Shadow Wizard vibes with this one. I gotta be weary of this guy, if I'm being honest. So I unfortunately, you know what? I'm already confident enough with my current spells. I'm just going to keep things as they are. Perhaps, I guess I gotta go ahead and clear these guys out. But thankfully, I am still, in fact, with my humanity. So my humanity is not going to be an issue. Okay. Okay, all these guys have to die. Just like, yeah, no question there. Alluring Skull, man, bones are cool. Oh, no, I guess we can't open that. Okay, George says, I don't know much about spells in this game. Never really played a mage, but the dark spells are doing lots of damage. Felt that one of my knights. Felt on your knight's skin. Interesting. I will go ahead and try that. I'm stopping by. Oh, now, goodbye, friend. Thanks for being a part of this. I didn't. It's the silent ones, man. Nows. We'll miss Nows. Thanks for joining us. Feeble cursed one, says YFat. Yeah, that's kind of awesome. I like his energy a lot. I think he's like that perfect, like, evil wizard feel, you know? Okay. Here we go. Just die, please. Okay. All right, we're doing good. We're doing good. This is, in fact, our best run yet. We have some establishment here, and now we're going to go ahead and try to summon the person. To anyone who knows, where is the summon sign? Is it right at the entrance? I would presume it is. In which case, I should probably start going there. This will be interesting. And this is still, in fact, my last life, so we don't know how this is going to go. So, yeah. Dark Orb really tears my characters up when I run into it. Tons of casts, too. Oh, man. Okay, you guys really tempting me with those, like, evil dark sorceries. You know, it's a wizard's pleasure to be, every now and then, like, I guess, corrupted by darkness. You know, every wizard's got that arc every now and then. You know, whether or not we're gonna make it back out of it, we'll have to see. Yo. Oh, thankfully he didn't explode that. I totally expected him to just, yeah, completely explode all that. I suspect he will explode that. Okay. Well, that damage was disconcerting, and I want to stay away from it. Right. Thank you guys all for the dark orb tips. Join the dark side. Yeah, YFAT, you're I think you're onto something with that. Okay, you guys. So I need to summon the individual. Where do I find Latiel? Is that her name? I might be getting it wrong. Do you all know where the summon sign is? Because I do want to do that, and I have no idea where to even look. Clerics can use some hexes too, or blackguards rather. nice aged one. I just realized I called you aged one. That feels kind of cool, but I could also totally see it like you not appreciating that. I feel like the aged one is a powerful name, but that's up to you. Sorry. Okay, wait. There we go. That's right. Freehanding it. Okay. So, further ahead... Oh, crits is fine. Okay, okay. Well, I guess the aged one will not be the name will be used. So yeah, crits. Awesome. I will remember that. So you're saying just further ahead. I'm assuming you are. You know what? I don't want to be down here. I feel like I am in fact going to just die here. So I'm going to leave. Do you all have any? Okay, I guess I am assuming. When you say just further ahead, it is in fact like on the other side of the fog. You guys, is the summon sign on the other side of the fog? To anyone joining, we are looking for a summon sign for a person. I don't remember the name. Latiel, I think. Past the fog wall. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. All right. I'll go ahead and do that. All right, let's do this. Let's see. Oh, I really expected a boss fight there. Sick. All right, we're gonna take our time here and really, yeah, not. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay, you guys, that was pretty silly. We are going to, I think on that fun, positive note, I think it's reasonable to call it an evening. We made it pretty good progress. We've made one boss fight today, and I think we can just go ahead and say, yeah, we're going to meet up next time. I really appreciate you all hanging around. This has been really, really delightful. I'm thinking the next stream, I need a little time to think about when that's going to be. I'll make a community post. I am thinking either Saturday or Sunday, probably. That would be most optimal. So I'll keep you all updated. But yeah, for any further updates on the streams, please join our Discord. We always appreciate new comrades. So yeah, it's been real, you guys. Let me log off in a nice like scenic location and read the last comments before you guys as you guys possibly say goodbye. Look for a big lifting platform. Welp, yeah, gravity is still the final boss. Truly, yeah. One day we'll defeat it, for sure. Yeah, but in our traditional, at this point, manner, I think it's time to call the wizardly journey at an end for the day. All right. Gosh, I still can't get enough of this cliffside. What a wonderful, gorgeous location. Yes. All right. George says, great adventure. Glad I discovered your channel. Looking forward to the next part. Thank you so much, man. Very happy to have you here. It's really been a pleasure. It's so fun having people around for this sort of thing. I've been really enjoying talking to all of you and getting to experience this world for the first time. So yeah. All right. See you later, crits. And yeah, cheers, you guys. On that note, have a good evening. And wait. Gotta do the final. Yeah. Goodbye, comrades.